think what has changed, particularly in the past year, year and a half, is we see a lot more examples of AI being integrated into every single business process, into lots of parts of our lives. And those real examples are sometimes amazing and fantastic, and we all love them. And sometimes, right? Security risks, vulnerabilities, data leaks, misinformation, bias, lots of those things that we ideally would like to minimize or avoid. And the more we see that growth in adoption of AI, the bigger are the risks and challenges. And I think what is really shifting is both public perception, but also how business thinks about AI. So all the rules, all the audit, all the technical guardrails or justifications for what we are using AI and what we should not be using AI for, they paint a lot more realistic picture than it was in 2022 when ChatGPT came out, or even 5 years ago when only classic ML was AI. Right, so right now, since we are a lot more realistic, we have a lot more awareness of what AI actually means, what it needs in terms of compute and data, and what are the challenges in adoption. I think the more realistic we are, the easier, like, you cannot fix something if you don't know what it is, right? So once we start actually talking about the real stuff and not just hype or dreams or sci-fi, this is where we get to, okay, we need security, we need audit, we need governance, and not just because of regulatory compliance, but also for our own sake. And we also need ROI. We need to prove to the business that AI is actually adding something to the business, to our clients, to our customers, and we are not adopting it just because it's the hype. Fascinating question. And I don't think I will have one answer because
it's never one answer.
Yeah, it really depends on what kind of an organization. Do you actually develop AI in-house, or do you procure it from somebody else? Do you, like, how complex is the AI that we are talking about? So I'm going to say that for most organizations, governance would mean audit, right? And it's human oversight, sure, but it's more than that. On the technical level, you really want to know what your AI is doing, right? It's not taking vendors' promises for granted. It's not taking some benchmarks for granted. You really, really want to know, for your own sake, for your own business sake, does the model do what you expect it to do? Do the outcomes actually deliver what they're supposed to deliver? Do you have any risk of hurting your clients or customers and so on? So once you start thinking about audit, you realize that, oh, actually, there are accuracy issues in this aspect or this aspect, and we need to be very careful. There are totally use cases where very low accuracy wouldn't change a bit and it still would be useful. There are use cases, particularly in highly regulated industries like healthcare or geoengineering or, I don't know, construction buildings, where accuracy actually you want it to be reasonably high because you don't want AI making decisions or suggesting outputs that don't make any sense. And then, once you've implemented the audit, right, so you know what the system is doing, the next step is already mentioned accountability or liability. If something goes wrong, who takes that responsibility? How can you not only mitigate the risks beforehand, but also take responsibility and deal with the consequences once something bad has happened? And it could be like just retraining the model. It could be dealing with compensating the clients or customers. But being more proactive in this sense actually protects the business. It protects my investments. It protects us in the sense of we are safe and secure in the knowledge that everything will be fine, right? There are no risks with our AI investments. So for me, this is less about regulatory compliance, which is great, but it's a business decision to do the right thing.